So there we go, guys, that's us starting off from Meelmore Lodge. Alright, let's get over this. That rock, if you can see it there. Not this one, the big pointy one. That's where I'm heading to. So if it's new to you, the area is new to you, it's always good to pick out like things in the landscape that stand out, that will stand out when you're in the lower parts. And we're going left. Up here. So I'm trying to figure out what way to go here. I've came to the end of like a little goat trail here, and it dips down. Hi guys, and welcome back. Today we're starting off at Meelmore Lodge, deep in the heart of the Mournes Mountains. Watch me attempt to go from here to up there. So that's Slieve Naglough, 586 meters of pure Mournes magic. So hopefully we'll be able to get up there, and as I say, we start a wee vlog off here. I'll get my backpack on, I'll take you on this little adventure. So there we go, guys, that's us starting off from Meelmore Lodge. This will all look very familiar for you if you watched the Palafuka hike. I was going to leave from the Tracy track, but I don't know what it is with the Tracy track. It's so busy. I don't know how half of the people are going to get out, because there's cars parked in front of other cars, like completely boxing them in. So we're just going to head up here to the wall and then head over towards the Tracy track. If you can see in the distance, this mountain here is Slieve Naglough. That's the one we're going to attempt to get up today, but we're not going to go the conventional way up to Hare's Gap. I'm going to take a sneaky wee way which is there's a little grassy path. I'm going to attempt it that way, so you'll see it better as we get up here. Once we get onto the Tracy track road, you'll be able to get a better idea of the actual route it is. But it's quite a defined path, part of it anyway. You maybe see the cut through the mountain here, sort of up. So I don't know how steep this is when I get up, whether I'll be able to do it or not. But the important thing is we're trying it anyway. Hey, hello.
How are you?
Morning. Morning. Quite a large group of hikers there. Right, that's up to the step. And we just get crossing over, head over towards the Tracy track, which is over here. So I'm not going up this way. This time we're going to cross over the little stone path. And just head up over this direction. This is the way I came back the last time. was better than going over towards there. It's still very, very warm today, I will say. There's a nice gentle breeze, but it's warm. So there you go with this guy here. He's up from Dublin for the day, and he says, do you do videos? I says, yeah. He says, I think I watched one of your videos. Did you do Polyfuga? So I said, yeah. And he says, yeah, I watched your video last Friday, and it's given me the incentive to come up here. So he was just asking directions. He wants to go and try and do Polyfuga. So hopefully these videos that I make, they are quite long, but they're very informative. And hopefully I'm making the mistakes of going the wrong way, so you guys don't have to. And hopefully this guy, he'll make it up to Polyfuga okay. So let's get stuck into this and get down here. Right, down this bit here. And I didn't even ask the guy's name. I'm silly, that's just my brain. Well listen, it was really nice meeting you. Like he's miles ahead of me. Right, let's get down here. So there's this, see with this being the rains, this area here, because it's payday, can be quite wet and slippery. So that's what's worrying me about this climb up to Slieve Naglough. But do you know what? Important thing is we're out today and we're giving it a go. Whether we're successful or not, is another thing. Hopefully I'll try my best, guys. I'll really try my best to see if we can do this, but we'll just see how we feel physically and also mentally, whether I'm going to be strong enough both in my legs and in my head to whether be able to do this or not. But yeah, that was a real nice, it's nice to meet people along the way that, you know, you've given them that little wee bit of a G up to go and do these things. But look at him, he's miles away already. Right, we're just coming from Meelmore Lodge. And for me to remember my tracks, I'll pick like little focal points along the way. So these three big boulders is the way that I'm heading back towards that mound where the sheep are on. Over the other side of that is the stile, and here's the tracey track that runs up along here. So this will be an interesting one today. You know, I'm going to really push myself today, try my damnedest and my best. It's like everything, see when you look at a mountain from a distance, it looks massive and it just looks like a brick wall, but the closer you get to these things, it's like looking at Polyfuga 2 weeks ago, and even Hur's Gap, it just looks like a brick wall. But hopefully when we get up onto this grassy trail, that won't look as steep or it won't look as rocky. So now you're starting to see what the Mournes is really like. It's unbelievable on the other side. So this is Mournes, Hur's Gap, Slieve Naglough. I would take it that's all of Slieve Naglough. I don't know what this, if this has a separate name. And then that's Luke's Mountain over there. And we're getting very close to this where this dude's walking down. That's the tracey. You can see part of it here. And then this is a little chimney river that runs down through here. Right, let's see what this is going to be like. Let's hope we can do it, guys. We'll give it a stab and see. That's us to this little crossover part here. So that's what I said about this little grassy slope that we're going to go up. So hopefully there's another trail off to the left and then along the top there. I don't know. well, I have to just keep going along. We'll go along here to Hurst Gap. I think you can just go straight up and in between this rock, and there's another one on the other side. So yeah, we'll give it a go and see if we can do this. I'll try and film as much of this as possible, guys, because I haven't really seen any real videos of this, just to see what this looks like, because that looks just like a brick wall over there. But I say, as you're coming over from Meelmore, along here over this is this little path off the tracey. So we're on the tracey. This is a tracey track, and we're going left. Up here. Right, there've been an awful lot of puffing and panting and a lot of conversations with myself, questioning my life choices today, whether they were good or not. But if the breathing gets too bad, guys, I'll just cut the sound, because it can be quite annoying listening to my breathing. But it's just the way I am, and it's real. There's no filters in this. It's just pure raw hiking, the way I see it. Be tough to get anybody up there without puffing and panting. Apart from this dude here, he's super fit. So we're heading over towards that quarry face there, and then we'll see where we can go from there. But it's just this path up. Right, let's go. There's a farmer out in the quad. He took the easy way up. But look how busy the tracey track is. So that was the other trail. Now we're up a wee bit of height here, that you could take. See, instead of crossing the chimney, if you wanted, you could go up this path along towards Palafuka, which is up there. But as you can see, the chimney cuts through that mountain there. It cuts through this little valley area here, and that part there with this little goat trail goes across is quite deep. So alternatively, go along and you'll see this little dusty trail going up this way, and then up towards Palafuka. I went up the quarry, but the both of them meet into each other. So today we're going to try and get up this. This mountain here, Slieve Naglough, 586 metres of pure hell for me, but it's fun and it's enjoyable. So this trail, from the tracey, it's quite rocky till you get till about here, and then it looks to me like there's a couple of crows or ravens. It does get onto the grassy part here now. So I was talking to a guy back there, and he says it's quite heavy further up there, but heavy like this sort of terrain that I have to maybe try and get across. But we'll just keep going and see how this feels. I suppose alternatively you could cut across here. Just keep following the wee green trail. It bends around there anyway from the maps. me, fellas. So, just coming up this track. We're cutting across here. I'm going up this. I can actually see Hurst Gap's wall there. I just still can't get over the height of this thing. So we did this Palafuga, which to me looks massively higher than Hurst Gap. That's got to be over 500 meters, because that's 4. I think it's 4 something. Might be in around about 400 meters, but that's 730, I think, in around that. And this is 586. But depending on what this last bit, because this looks very rocky, this part here, I don't know, we'll go up and we'll investigate it, we'll have a look at it, see how it feels. Our next stop off point is this quarry face here, this little pile of stones, that little section of stones that's been cut out. I hope I'm able to do this, but it's no big whip, guys, if I don't get up here. I did try it, but we'll see. So we're nearly to the quarry here. Apparently after here it changes. So we'll see if this fellow was telling the truth or not. Wow. This car is coming up here too. Catch my breath. Hey, yeah. It's steeper than what it looks, isn't it?
I know.
What?
Not easy.
No. I'm not the only one that's stopping for breaks and breaths on the way, and she's a young fit girl. Mountain climbing, it may look easy on the videos, guys, but it's far from easy. I try and take what I think easier routes for myself because I'm carrying so much weight. Plus my backpack has got to weigh about I'm old school, so I'm still talking about stones, pounds. So it's got to be about 2 stone, 28 pound, whatever that is in kilos. 28 pounds. Convert into kilos. It's 12 kilos. 12.7 kilos of a backpack, guys. It's because of all the camera, the extra batteries, food, water, extra drinks, hat, coats, clothes. And you know what? It doesn't belong mountain up. And when you're trying to hawk it up a mountain like this, and we still have to get up to there, up to the top of this. But we'll just keep blodging on here and see if we're successful or not. So there's your Meelmore Lodge there. We're up a reasonable bit of height here now. There's our wee Palafuga. Right. So it's taken me a wee while to get up here. Obviously, guys, because it's just my physical fitness. So it is now 1.5 miles, 1 hour and 47 minutes. So it took me 47 minutes, roughly 45 minutes to do half a mile. Well, just over half a mile. And it's now 12:32, and we still have to get up to here. So we're not doing too bad for time. What was that, an hour and 47 minutes? And it took me 4 hours to get to Palafuka. And this is higher. And it's a different type of terrain. It's like, there's no sort of like, see the way there's like a path up to Palafuka? Well, in parts, and then other parts it's like rubble, but the majority of the way is paved. Well, not paved, a track. This is more cross country. This is kind of like hen, muck, corn, that sort of terrain. But you're getting some nice views now. We just keep pushing on here and see what's on the other side of here, this little horizon part here, see what it's like on the other side of that. Right. This last bit is the bit that's concerning me. They get up here, or else I think it's over this way. I'm not 100% sure. But it's kind of been an awful lot like this here. Sort of heathery stuff to try and get through, so your mum's telling the truth. Hey, let's see if we can just keep going on here. Just see how far we can go, whether we can get to the top or not, but we're trying. I don't know about putting so much effort into getting up that way, because I don't know what that rocky crop top, well, that little rocky section is just at this little bend here is going to be like. You can see like a little trail around this way, take you up towards Hur's Gap, but I'll keep an eye on this guy for a minute or two. I'll have a sit here and just watch him and see what way he goes. So I'm trying to figure out what way to go here. I've came to the end of like a little goat trail here, and it dips down, but there seems to be that little grassy section up there. I'll maybe give it a go. It looks quite tricky for me, but that's what in Irish Naglough means mountain of the stones. I think I've introduced myself to every single one so far on the way up, but we're going to maybe just give it a whirl, see how I feel. Again, if I don't get to the top of Slieve Naglough today, I'll get there Sunday. But it's very uneven, as you can see. This is what I have to say. So I'm dipping down and then I'm climbing back up. But if I don't get up there, but sure, look where I got to anyway. It's still a bonus for me. And then, look at all this. Oh, it's slippery. But we'll head over to these like split granites, these like rectangular granites, just to see. Because like, I mean, this is really squelchy. If I slip here, whoa, see what I mean? See, you've loads of little rivers running down through here too. Well, not rivers, little streams, which make the place very, very damp. Here, look, there's one there. It's just coming out of the mountain. Right, let's see. So you step down on that. I know with the granite, see with the white bits, it's reasonably thick. You don't sink down too far on that stuff. Well, it's the black peat stuff. Whoa. Used to be goats or ram or goats, ram, don't know, sheep. Alright, let's go. It's just hard to see a trail when you're down below. But there's more blocks of the granite that's been cut. See if you can see along this one. See the plug and fella, the way it's like drilled in part of the rock, and then that's how they split it. I'll show you better on this one. See these? I'll show you what I think. See these? Right. And the characters. Hello. Right. Ooh. Whew. There's Binions just came into view there. We'll just keep pushing on wee bits at a time, guys, but we still have to make our way back across all this again, so you can see Meelmore in the distance. We'll just keep going, just wee bits at a time, guys, just to psychologically in my head I need to battle this too, because we're nowhere even near the height. We're having Hur's Gap here, but we're nowhere near the height of Polyfuca. So, but as I said earlier, it's, see the way it's like a reasonable defined path the way. This is a completely different ball game, this here. This is just holes, grass and heather and rocks, but we'll see how we get on. Onwards and upwards, as they say. I have to remember I have to come down as well, so we'll just take it at my own pace. As you can see, we're pushing on a bit here, but again there's no real defined path, guys. You just have to sort of wing it. When that we go trail finishes back there, I'm just sort of coming up from these, see these rectangular blocks, and sort of zigzagging my way up here. It's tougher than what I thought, so, but and then I have a little river here to cross over too, so I'll get you back on my shoulder here and I'll see if I can do this. So guys, I'm gonna call it a day here. I'll just show you how close I am to Slieve Naglough. That's where I am there, and that's where I have to go to. So you literally feet away from the top, but it's, do you know what? Hold on, I'll take you off my shoulder here. We're sitting at about 1.9 miles here. I don't know what the height is, what we've climbed here today, but I'm just getting way out of my comfort zone. You can see behind me, I've just to get to this, but see when you look at it, look at the size of rocks that I'm going to have to try and get up and over. We attempted it, we weren't successful, but we see the views. You can't knock it for the views, like. and that's just glass. But that's what I'm saying. I have to make my way back down through here again. It looks pretty straightforward, but it's far from forward. Like it's far from. Like I mean, this is the angle that you're going down, and there's the rain coming on over Sugar Ridge. So, yeah, that's been me. I've been David. This has been Slieve Naglough. That we were this close on getting up to it, but again, it's putting the effort in. It's trying. I could have easily have sat in the house and thought about it and not did it, rather than going out and giving it a go, giving it a try. So this is going to freak me out going back down here, but I'll just take my time because it is very, very steep and there's a lot of potholes along here that you have to watch out for, and an awful lot of it is concealed with this heather. But we'll just take our time, go down safely. I'll not video any of this on the way back down, guys. I'll just I'll be concentrating too much on the actual getting myself back down to the safe part of the track. But it's like everything in life. Sometimes you just don't. The goals or the things that you set out to do. Sometimes you don't reach them. Sometimes your capacity and your ability to do these things aren't up to scratch. But again, let's just say you're trying. That's the important thing. Anyway, I'll get you back on my shoulder and we'll head back down. So we got down a wee bit of a rocky bit there. I have the camera pointing down a wee bit here so you can get a wee bit of better view. There's some like big, deep drops here. I have to watch out for. See the likes of this. So you wouldn't see that if you were coming down here at night. Well, you probably have a head torch all night, but I wouldn't fancy tackling in this in the dark. Oops. I know.
Take a break here.
Yeah. It's a bit easier going back down.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's tough.
Yeah, very tough.
Yeah. So I need to head over to there. Get back up that goat trail again. Just keeping an eye out for these holes in the ground too. See what I mean about losing the trail? So there's my row of rocks there. I need to head over here. So that's just back down from up around about where them people are. It just shows you how close you are to it. But behind that again, it's just too rocky. It's just too much. Anyway, back on the trail. Let's head back to the car. You might get 3.8 miles out of this, guys. I had to take an easier mountain on next week, something in my capabilities. But do you know what? You don't try these things, you never know whether you can do them or not. But it's putting the effort in to even try it is the key to success. Plus it's knowledge. I mean, you'll know these trails better the next time. If you do a different route, like if I go up Hurst Gap some stage, I know that I can come over possibly along this ridge rather than coming down this. I don't know. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't let it beat me up. There's other people who let it sort of annoy them, but to me it just frustrates me more than anything. I don't let it eat away at me. I tried it, didn't do it, but I tried it. So we see this, we did. Look at that fella. Anybody know what that caterpillar is? Isn't he cool? It's class, isn't he? Alright, let's just keep going. Head back to Meelmore. Just find a nice wee round boulder that I can sit and just chill. But we're nearly back down. It just shows you how quick you can get down in comparison of trying to hawk all of this up a mountain. Gravity does most of the work on the way back down, but we still have to get across all this now still. So I've had my wee sandwich. I've had a wee bit of a rest. I had about 15-20 minute rest here. Just enjoying where I was, but unfortunately I didn't get up to the top of that monster there. It doesn't look that difficult, but you can see from the video clips, guys, it's a tough one. It's a tough one for me. Usually lightweights will fly through it, so you will no problem. But this is a trail. This is a trail that you can use to go up Slieve Naglough. You could alternatively go up straight up Hare's Gap and up that way, or else you can go up the goat trail. Anyway, you want to go around the Mournes, they all sort of interlock with each other anyway. So I'm gonna head back to the car. Back over the wee sim the river. Remember what I said about I pick little pointers, like these big boulders. There's my next boulder there, so I'm just going to go down this and then up to the left to the top of this little mound and drop back down on the path again. But this boulder here, the big one, is sitting in the middle. That's where we're heading to next. So you kind of get, so there's Hare's Gap. You kind of get the size of this now that we're down. So you see the little grass trail just at the base of it, the crown of the mountain here. Here, this is where I ended up. But the last tiny wee bit at the end of that green trail, if you can see it, is just a massive amount of rocks. Just too much for my body to cope with. But we definitely got a hell of a lot up higher than Hare's Gap. When you look at it from down here, it's quite the feat. Do you know what? I'm actually quite proud of where I got. There's people standing up at the top of Mournes. Yeah, I'm actually very proud of where I got. When I'm looking back now, when I was up there, because I was only like feet away from the actual top, the whole sense of rageousness, raging, that I didn't get to it. But when I sort of look back now and see what it did achieve, right, that's my next rock, round the side of it. as you're coming down here. When you're dropping down into this lower part, see the way your vision's going, you can't see Meelmore Lodge now, but I can still see that rock, if you can see it there. Not this one, the big pointy one. That's where I'm heading to. So if it's new to you, the area is new to you, it's always good to pick out like things in the landscape that stand out, that will stand out when you're in the lower parts. That's my hill over there, where I need to drop over the other side. But that's where we were. So you can maybe get an idea of what's been done today from this distance. Because as soon as I get over the stile, I don't think you can see it from there. You can see it from the car park in Meelmore. Just about. But is this camera straight or is it off to the left? Hopefully this isn't. More like you tilt your head. That's what I say about these cameras. It would be good if it had like a little spirit level, or something like a level grid or something, so you can kind of get the gist that your screen's not tilted this way, because it looks to me like it's tilted. Well, I don't know. It's very frustrating this. Because it's so close to my chest, I can't see exactly what I'm filming. I'm just hoping that it's not tilted to the left or the right. And that's my boulder that I look out for, that one there. So see, once you're back up, everything just comes back into shot. This one. And then just down through here, up this little dirt trail, up to the top and over. I'm wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. So let's just back to the stile. We've still about 0.4 of a mile to go back to Meelmore. Just up that road. Let's see if we can see where we're down from. Yeah. Let's see how long it's taken us. I think we left there at, was it 25 to 3? It's 20 past 10, 40, hour and 45 minutes. What? Half 2, half 3, half 4. What? Half 2, half 3, half 4. An hour and 50 minutes to get down from there. That's some goal for me. Like, what are we sitting at? 3.3 miles. So we have about half a mile to go to there. And it's 4 hours and 55 minutes. So it just shows you how long it took me to get up there. Oh dear me. Right, let's get over this stile, get back to the car, nice wee drink of Pepsi, sit and relax my calves because they're burning like mad. But that's where we were today, Slieve Naglough. And fair enough, we didn't get to the top, we got kind of like just below the little dip of the saddle between the two. But there you go. So we'll give this one the Slieve Naglough, but we'll give me 10 out of 10 for effort. Yeah, so yeah. Let's get over this down, get back to the car. Oh, and then I can get a rest. Oh, right. Oh, what a welcoming sea. See, no matter how beautiful the views are in the Mournes Mountains. See that? You can't beat a better view. Swear to God, I'm wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. I can't wait until the cold weather comes in. It's just the heat zaps me because there's so much fat around me. I just like going up there in a big sleeping bag. Sleeping bag. So we never got to the top of Slieve Naglough, but no big whoop. We'll give ourselves 10 out of 10 for trying, for effort anyway. Let's just see what we're sitting at here now, time wise, on distance. So we left there at 2:30. We left up there Slieve Naglough at 2:30, 20:53, so 2 hours and 10 minutes to get back down. So that was Slieve Naglough, not done, nearly done, almost. We not cry over smoked bulk, but 3.7 miles, 5 hours and 17 minutes, done.